Good morning, YouTube. Jason with Learn to Survive. As I promised in my prior video, I would tell you a little bit about my life and how that led me to prepping and how everything got started. Now, I want to say what I'm about to tell you, I'm not looking for sympathy, so please don't leave comments that you're sorry I went through this or anything like that, because I'm at peace with it. I made peace with it a long time ago, and I am fine. I'm doing this video in hopes that anybody else that has ever been in the same situation that will have to make the same decisions that I have to make at some point, that this video gives them the opportunity to stop and to think about things and make the right decisions for them. I can't give you the answer on what that right decision will be. It's something you have to think about. It's something you have to search your heart for. And it's something you have to decide, can you live with? Now, with that being said, let's get on with the video. Some of you follow some of the same YouTubers I do. And I had a conversation with one of them in the comments about things and being adopted. My mother was Danish and my father was Norwegian. I lived in a part of a state that the communities at the time were not well diversified. We were talking, you had towns that were predominantly German. You had next town over would predominantly be Irish, next town over predominantly Norwegian, next town over predominantly Danish, etc., etc. My mom was 17 years old when she gave birth to me. My father worked with my adopted dad in a steel mill. He was killed when I was 3 months old in an industrial accident in a steel mill. My mom dealt with several issues from his death, and the doctors thought that she would never be the same again, so she made the choice to put me up for adoption. The man I called Dad married a woman that had 7 kids already and couldn't have any more kids, and wanted a kid to call his own. The other kids were already in their teens, so mid to late teens. Adopting them wouldn't be what he wanted. He wanted somebody to raise and to pass knowledge on and stuff like that too. And he talked to Mom about it, and they adopted me. It turns out that not both parties in the adoption truly wanted me. Mom was abusive. More mental than physical, but it was both mental and physical abuse. And when I was young, some of the steel mills in the northern part of the state started going under, and some of them totally shut down, and things were getting bad as far as crime went. So my parents decided to move. Well, Mom wanted to move to a small tourist town where we vacationed once and move on the lake. So they found a house and bought it. Dad, his job was 90 miles away, so during his scheduled work shifts, he stayed with his dad and sister and came down here on his days off. And with that going on, he didn't know a lot of what I was going through. Any little thing I did got me in trouble. And I could be punished anywhere from being yelled at and belittled to being locked in my room for who knows how long, to having meals taken away or physically abused. Going 2, 3 days without a meal was rough. And it got to the point where I started stashing packs of Captain crackers, these cheese crackers with peanut butter, or regular crackers with like the cheese whiz. You get them, in a box. There's 2, 4, 6 packs in a box, 6 crackers to a pack. Um, Stashing a couple of them in my bedroom, couple granola bars, um, anything that was prepackaged that could be hidden easily. That was uh, my start into prepping really at a very young age. And I kept doing it. Then as I got into my teens, I got more interested in canning and gardening and hunting even more than what I did when I was younger with my father. So I learned how to can fruits and vegetables. I learned how to preserve meat, um, and stuff like that. And it just kept going and going to where I am now. Now, the other part of this video is I was never accepted by the 7 siblings. They never really wanted to have anything to do with me. Until this day, they don't. The last time I heard from many of them was 7 years ago when Dad died. And the only thing they wanted was to know if there was anything they could have, property, money, anything like that. Didn't care that he passed, didn't care uh, how I was doing, how I felt about it, anything like that. Wasn't there for any kind of emotional support or anything. Now, these are the people that don't want to have anything to do with me. They don't want to talk to me. But if there's some kind of disaster or something, they know I'm a prepper. I will be the first place they come if they can get here. I had to make a decision. Do I stockpile enough to be able to take them in and sustain them for a while, or do I turn them away? They have no discernible skills. They'd be lucky to survive more than 24 hours in any situation. I mean, even if a thunderstorm came through and knocked out the power for 3, 4 days, they would have a very difficult time surviving that, let alone some major catastrophe. So it put me in a position, do I take them in or do I turn them away? Turning them away throws them to the wolves, knowing that they don't have the capabilities and the knowledge it takes to survive. Taking them in also means a burden on me and my family, my kids. So I made the decision that no, I won't take them in, but I've also made the decision I'm just not going to totally throw them to the woods, to the wolves. I've got packs made, 2 days worth of food and water. They show up here, sorry, can't take you in. Here's 2 days worth of food. Here's a gallon of water. Be gone. And send them along their way and hope for the best for them. Now, keep in mind, these are the same people where there is at least one person that would not have an issue with killing me and taking what I have to ensure their survival. Now, if anybody's in this situation, I cannot give you the answer to what is right. This is one of them situations you have to think with your mind and not your heart. You have to think what is best for you, what is best for the rest of your family that you may have, that would be with you, that would stand by your side. And be a part of a team. With taking people that wouldn't have a whole lot to offer you and be worth it to you. Would it be worth it to you physically? Would it be worth it to you mentally? Do they have any discernible skills? These are all questions you have to ask yourself, and whatever choice you make, whether it's to take them in or not, it's going to be a hard decision to make, and it's going to eat at you. It's going to eat at your heart. It's going to eat at your mind. You're going to question every day whether you made the right decision. Now, here's the thing. You can change your mind at any time prior to some kind of catastrophic event. So if you say, hey, I'm going to take them in, their family, I applaud you for that. But between the point you make that decision and the point where something happens, you've got that window to think, and you can always change your mind and adjust accordingly. This is not something that you want to take lightheartedly. This is something that could mean your life or your death. You have to decide what's more important. You have to decide what you can handle. And it's not going to be an easy decision to make no matter what you do. With that being said, take care of yourself, take care of one another, and I will talk to you all soon.